What's up, everyone? In today's video, this is going to be part one of a, I guess, multi-part series. I will be 6-speed swapping the E55 AMG. So the thing with the AMG is that none of them ever came with a manual. They're all autos. I'm not a huge fan of the automatic. And I've seen this swap done by a couple people, and by a couple I mean like maybe less than 5. I think I can name like 2 off the top of my head on a W210. And I knew it was possible because they've done it. Basically what they do is they get a 6-speed transmission from either a SLK 320 or a Chrysler Crossfire. They both have the M112, which shares the same bell housing pattern as the M113. And it's funny because I wasn't really looking to 6-speed swap the car. I was at a junkyard and me and a friend saw not one but two 6-speed C230 compressors, and the little hatchback ones, and I was just like, I wonder if those would work, because I mean there's 2 of them there. I mean, there's 2 examples and could easily get one out. So looked it up, ended up figuring out that it won't work. No one's ever done it with that transmission. I forgot the exact name for them, but it's the one that comes in the like 01, 02 C230 compressors. So anyways, I thought just cause, and so I just thought I'd search up Chrysler Crossfire, and somehow I found one locally. I was like, alright, whatever. I mean, most likely it's going to be an automatic. It's not going to have a 6-speed. There's no way. Anyways, I looked it up, and it shows it a 6-speed manual. So, we planned it. So what we planned it 2 days later, went there. We faced few adversities. One, the back of the car was jacked up on the exhaust, which it shouldn't have been. So we had to jack up the car using a car jack laying around. And yeah, it was just a pain, but after spending the whole day there, we got it out, and pretty much here it is. So from the Crossfire, you would need this. This is a 6-speed transmission from the Chrysler Crossfire. I believe it's called the NSG 3070. Kind of different from an E30 BMW ZF transmissions. I know some of you are from watch my E36 stuff. The slave stuff and everything is inside the actual transmission, which is pretty different. What else? This whole shifter linkage setup is very not BMW-like, at least E36-like. I like it a lot better though. The shifts feel a lot crisper when this is mounted on the actual chassis. So basically you need the transmission, the shifter linkage, the pedal assembly. I was told that it bolts right in. I guess I'll find out. But this is basically the master right here for the clutch. The brake pedal just hooks up on this side right here. So hopefully that's just a bolt-in swap. And yeah, so that's there. You will need the front half of the drive shaft, which is this thing. I took both because they were so cheap anyways. So I ended up just taking both. I'm going to need a new shifter or paint this or something. But here's the shifter. Oh, and the transmission crossmember. Need that. This is the bracket for the exhaust. This is the line that goes from the master to the slave on the transmission. I'm not sure if I'll be able to use that. It looks like a typical brake line actually, and funnily enough, this actually runs inside the car. This runs from here inside the car, and it goes out by the transmission tunnel right there. I think that's pretty much it. I have all the bolts in my bag. If I'm not mistaken, this is for the reverse stuff. But 2 people have done it, and I've on a W210 at least, and I think there's a couple more other people who have done it as a swap to other cars. So it's definitely a doable thing. Here's the clutch, pressure plate, and flywheel. I took him just in case. This clutch doesn't look too bad. Still a lot of life left in it. The flywheel, I'm pretty sure I have to get resurfaced because that's like a lot of heat spots on there. Wait a second, I need the flywheel. That's pressure plate. Sorry. That's the crap. Yeah, looks like a little bit of heat spots. Hopefully, I can get that resurfaced. It is a dual mass flywheel, much like most stock manual cars. For the ECU, I was told, or at least this one person did. What he did was he left his shifter assembly plugged in and left it in park. Just shifter assembly. So I guess the only thing that you'll be missing is a plug into the transmission. And just left it in park and laid it on the side. Supposedly you can take it apart and just have it show that it is parked. So I might have to do that because I really don't want to have a whole shifter assembly laying on the side. But apparently that's all he did. We'll find out if it actually works for me or not. You know, there might be differences between having a 99 and his was a later model W210. Actually, his was a S210, so it's a wagon E55 AMG, which is even cooler to have a 6-speed in. But anyway, that's pretty much it so far. I just wanted to go details and run down on what I would need to do. I think the next part is getting the E36 registered. Right now, it isn't. It's been expired for like a year. I can officially register it now as a classic since it's 25 years old, 2020. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to have to start dealing it for a little bit while the E55 is down, doing the swap. Might put a filter on the turbo since I'm going to daily it. But that's pretty much it, really. Start dealing the E36. It's going to be fun. It's going to be like old times. But anyways, yeah. Of course, the next part is most likely going to be me removing all the stock E55 stuff. I might start that within probably another week or two, but I'm really excited for it. That's one of the things I disliked the most out of my W210. Not that I disliked it, but it's just I really felt like a manual transmission would make the car feel much better. Like it just. With a manual transmission, you just feel so much more involved with the car. And a V8, 6-speed, 4-door, man, I can't wait. I was already like imagining shifting gears and stuff. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that quick update on the W210. I do have a lot of videos in the making for the E36. I just haven't really released them. I don't know, I feel like there's so much E36 content out there now. Anyway, that's an update for y'all. And hopefully see you guys next time. Well, in like a week or two. So,